Well, 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 well. Salutations, my crack addicts. Time for another bit of fun. Time to see how things are going. Your favorite dealer of the best crack this side of the Atlantic Ocean is here again to talk to you. Doc, you jumped the gun and ended up coming straight in. Ensured that my quippy and quick comebacks were delayed a bit. But thank you so much for coming straight back in, and I shall give you the finest crack around. I have to say, today was an interesting day. It was fascinating to see Tottenham almost end up. God, Duck, you're going nuts now that you have more of these channel points. Beautiful. Simply divine. Ah. Thank you so much, Duck. You are a gentle person and a scholar, if I do say so myself. It's a pleasure to end up coming back in. It's been a good day in terms of the life of football. United versus Arsenal. I sat down with a close personal friend of mine and watched most of the match with them. United were the drivelling shits for 70% of that game, but ironically deserved to win in the end. So the poor bastards end up feeling a little bit hard done by on that end. Them ended up going up against Bournemouth and probably should have ended up winning, but ended up getting the draw. And who gives a shit about any of the rest of it? But yeah, there's a couple of interesting football situations there. United towards the end of the game got really unlucky. A number of their shots should have been straight into the net. Rasmus Højlund unfortunately missing a number of opportunities. Chelsea ended up getting their win versus Leicester, but they weren't exactly impressive. Leicester only had a 0.1 xg to their 1.6 xg, so you know Chelsea were doing fairly well to it. But I still think Chelsea's major problem is they're crying for a striker. It's not their only issue, but they are crying for a striker. They definitely end up needing to look for a striker in the transfer market. And on top of that, they definitely need a goalkeeper, in my opinion. It didn't matter today, but it might end up happening in the future. Anyway, for yourself, my friend, for the mightiest of subscribers, oh no, you're not a subscriber at the moment, for the mightiest of moderators, how are you doing today, my good friend Doc? How is your Sunday treating you? We're about to go into a game versus the 20th in the table. The only team thus far to lay a stall on the dominance that is Barcelona via a 0-0 draw, or a 1-1 draw, I think it was. In fact, let me look at the table and find out what the fuck it was.
Music is powerful, man.
Yeah, 1-1 draw. So we know that they can be dangerous. We just need to ensure that we end up doing well. So we'll end up going into this now. Give the best we can end up doing it. Well, hopefully, Doc, the sensual sound of my voice will bring you the succulence that you need in order to feel better today. I will give you as much love and adoration as I can in order to ensure that in some aspects of life you will end up feeling better. I hope that I can do that just for you, my dear Duck. Well, I mean, that's just because you knew I was becoming live, Duck. You knew I was going on to the airwaves, and you knew you couldn't hold it. The anticipation was just too much. It was gasping you at every moment. It's just, you knew. And I apologize for that, Duck. I apologize for putting you through that. Ooh. Screw that. Do you have any idea what's causing it? Is it just an overload of the database? Or what is it that ended up causing the issue? What is it that ended up causing the problem?
Not in the North Pole any longer.
Yeah, Warren will end up getting it as well. I think we go with that. Let's look and see, what's our game after this? Okay, well, we have Valencia directly after this, and Valencia are where? Fourth. Yeah, we want to be somewhat weak so that Valencia is, so that we're strong against Valencia. So we keep Lee on. We have, could put Pedro on. And we don't want to be too light on these as well. We want to be at least challenging effectively. Wehe is injured, so we'll put Carlos there. And in fact, I think we'll start with Carlos instead of Kang Lee this time, give him a bit of an opportunity. Boston, Carlos, Bellingham, Wayne, Oscar in his debut, Stefan, Marcos, hopefully after his international goals, and the 2 goals he scored in the last game will end up performing good. And this is a fairly solid back line, if not, you know, ultimately impressive. But we should try it. 23 and 24 are horse manure and don't appreciate my tactical greatness. I can understand that, Doc. Some of the tactical innovations is the word I'll use that you have attempted to strike in 23-24 have just looked like they've been limited by the simplicity that 23 and 24 have put into place. So I can understand why you've gone back to 21 and tried for more fun. Oh, you literally are complaining of the opposite. Never mind. Yeah, there's certain bits of it that I don't know. It's very micromanagey. But I don't know, I'm enjoying myself. I haven't bothered my arse going back to the old games, so. We'll give you 42 to fuck. I can understand that as well. And sometimes you just need to step back and relax and enjoy how things are going. So I can understand that as well, Duck. But hey, at least you have the other FM games, and you have the plethora going a mile long. You could go back to to the ones before they were called FM if you wanted to. You were saying you have up to 08, wasn't it? That's where you were saying you stopped. It was around 08 when you stopped. Anyway, let's see how we do against these guys. Using the Mongols save set up in 20th tier of English football, F21 managed local and every fucker. I'd say that's taxing the system up the wazoo. How did you save that? Oh, Boston, you poor fucker. That should have been a goal. Boston's having an okay game, but the fact that we're 3-0 on target is quite annoying, unfortunately. Marcos might have finally found his stride. A cross into the cutting in and a header put in. Nice to end up seeing it. Maybe the money wasn't wasted on. Maybe he actually has some something in him. Maybe the internationals ended up doing it. It also could be the fact that the Robello is shite. But, you know, you take every win you can end up getting, and this is a nice little win for Marco. Then his third goal of the season. Oscar hasn't played any games this season. How is that his third goal of the season? What games did I play Oscar in? I mean, I'm fierce happy that he scored it, but I don't think I played Oscar at all this season. What? It has to be counting his goals for Real Madrid C. Yeah, because this is his first appearance ever for Real Madrid, and he's had one appearance for Real Madrid B. They have to be counting his Real Madrid C goals. That's astonishing. That's unreal that the game has that little hiccup. I've never said, Jesus, Barca are still going. We're 3-0 up before we started and they're still going. Holy fuck, Barcelona. Like they're monsters in this save. It's astonishing how intense and monstrous they are in this save. I genuinely don't know what you do to combat Barcelona at this point. They're that far ahead in the league of things. I mean, at the moment, we're just hoping that we can end up getting a goal difference even half of where they are, and we've had a monstrous start to the season as well. Oscar with a second goal. Jesus, Oscar. I put you on as a joke. I didn't put you on to be serious. Holy crap, Oscar. Oh my god, what was that defending? Like, what the hell was... What was Zerkri doing? What was Zerkri doing there? Like, holy moly. And why wasn't Hines on his side? And Morgan, well, hey, if that counts. But, like, it's just weird little inconsistencies there you end up seeing. Now that, how far is he off? Of course it's Marco that was off. Jesus, Marco. What was that, Boston? Like, seriously, what was that, Boston? And what, like, there's a number of issues there. What was Boston doing with that pass? How was Arna allowed that amount of space, and why was Jason not ready for it? Those are, like, that's genuinely atrocious. Like, the two goals they've scored have just been malfeasance by my team. The second goal for Marcos. I'm better than I was before. I'm not healed, Duck. So I still have a bit of a cough, and I'm not 100% through it. Thankfully, the last 2 days have been rest days, so that benefits an insane amount as well. I'm hoping I'll be in much better condition over the next coming days, and we'll be back to it. Again, I won't have a stream schedule proper for at least another week or two. But I can confirm now I won't be streaming on Wednesday. Wednesday for sure I won't be streaming. Because there's just one or two things I need to do on Wednesday, and the time crunch will mean that I won't be able to stream. Tomorrow, I can't confirm anything yet. I hope to be streaming tomorrow, but I won't know until tomorrow evening, much to my chagrin. So, for anyone that ends up coming in, I'll just end up leaving them with that nugget of information, much to my annoyance. But in general, honestly, just coming on to the stream like this and talking to, even if it's just, and I say that and that sounds so demeaning to you, and I don't mean it to, but even if it is just you for the evening, Doc, talking like this makes me feel so much better as well. I don't mean for that to sound anyway as bad. I think you know what I mean when I say that. So thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to end up having you, and always nice to talk about something, and I hope you start to feel better now as well. Just relax. I always recommend a hot whiskey when you're feeling down. One of the things you probably ended up seeing me maybe once or twice in the glass was a lime soda drink of some description. I typically go with 7-Up in Ireland and mix brown sugar in it and boil the shit out of it. That quenches the throat a bit. Fuck me, Jason. I don't care that was disallowed. Look at this goal. How? My local are top under me at the... I don't 100% get what you mean by that, but I hope they going into October. My local are top under me going into October. I'm guessing you mean on the save. So that's a good thing? I'm not sure. It's like, obviously you want to be on top, so whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I can't really say, because they're your local, so you're somewhat satisfied with the fact that they're all on top. Also, thank God, Carlos, in a position you're not used to. Fair play to you. Fair play to you for getting a goal off of a corner. We're normally, and I say normally, we are shite at corners. It just helps that Rebello is shite as well. Excuse me. Stop Coney anyway. Do not. I don't want them to get another goal. We want to have his... It's like I divined it. It's like I divined it. Because Barca have a 5-goal advantage based on what they're doing. It's like I divined that into bloody spake. Where are my defenders? Why is Coney in the center of the goddamn box, ready to end up nicking it in? And why is O'Connor so shite that he's not ready to make any attempt at a save? Hope that maybe, like, offensively we seem fine, so hopefully this will end up making the difference for us. Now we'll be a wee bit more defensively secure, changing half of the defense and the goalkeeper. Adam. Nice. Love to see it. draws, 1 loss. Matlock, huh? The investigative. The investigator has opened up his own division, or his own club known as Matlock, and is on your arse investigating your movements in order to take the league position off you. But not too bad. You've been in good form in the whole lot. So congratulations on that one, my friend. I thought you... Oh, it must have been a different save where you were saying you were in the FA Cup and you were in an awkward situation. Also, by the way, we have our 5 goals. It's annoying that they ended up scoring 3 against us, but we have our 5 goals. It means that we have a bit of a buffer. Like, we have the same number as Barca. I don't like that the goal difference will make a big difference due to the fact that the 3 goals will go against us for goal difference. But hey, everything rounds up, I suppose. Would have liked if Marco got his hat-trick there. Okay, Adam could have done better there. See how that ends up going for you, my friend. Hopefully, if it's yours, I hope you score it. If it's them, I hope you save it. Although, maybe it's different in FM21. In this game, if you have a penalty, they're almost guaranteed to fucking score it. I very, very, very rarely see the goalkeeper save a penalty in FM24. Also, this score result has to be one of the biggest in Spanish Premier League history, in 9-3. Considering the performance he gave us, Jason, do we drop him for the next game? Genuinely, it might be considerable to do so. God, we had 4 braces. We had 4 braces. That's insane. We had a 6-goal difference. I know they had 5 goals. We had a 6-goal difference. And those arseholes are still that much of a difference between us. How do I check the stats? Most goals, us. Fewest shots against Barcelona. Most shots bores, us. Points per game is them. And us, I'm sure, yeah. I'm not sure how to check. How do I check? How do I check how the goal difference has been broken? Like how many goals they've had scored against them. Team overview. Team detail. Okay, so we go to the fixture tab, which is ban that. Ban. Oh, you got to me. You got there before me. Fixtures and results. Okay. I mean, I don't see it, Duck. Competition review. Nope. I genuinely don't care. We're close enough anyway.
You don't have to be alone.
Yeah, schedule. That's just showing us in our schedule. Opposition. Oh, okay. That shows when we're facing them. So I guess I can just go click Barcelona and go to their schedule. Maybe that's the way to do it. Jesus Christ. No way. No fucking way. They have had one. No, two. They've had two goals scored against them in the first division. Are you fucking kidding me? They've double the goals scored against them in the Champions League than they do in the entirety of the 8 games that they've played in the Spanish First Division. That is genuinely scary. That is genuinely scary. Like, they're monsters. They're absolute monsters. It's honestly astonishing. Lucas has been performing bad. Lewis has been performing mediocre. And Lucas. Okay. Let's continue on now. So one win is a nice way to end up starting off the stream. It's a good bit of fun for us. But we shall wait before we do anything more, because the advertisement is just after coming on there. So we'll move that to there and then do this. We'll just wait for that to finish and then we shall continue forth. Oh, Shiza. One of those days. One of those days. So just another 26 seconds. We'll let this continue to go and then we shall swap over. Advertisement has now finished, so we can move to this, and Bob's your Uncle Happy Out. We can continue. To be fair, it wasn't a bad comment from the despicable arsehole until he ended up getting moved over. Wow. Oh. Oh. Oh, that hurts. You've said a lot of vicious shit to me over the months, Katie. But wow. I'm not going to even give you the satisfaction of a response to that slight against me. I don't care that in another way, that in another chat, a bot ended up stating that you regurgitated that filth in my chat. You deserve to be blanked. I feel personally attacked. Oh, what baskets, but enough of that. How are you doing today, my friend Katie? How is life treating you? How is your Sunday? Has all been going well? Have you watched any of the football activities that were on today? Have you just spent it with the family or had a nice Sunday lunch, or have you laid your ass in bed and just relaxed for 90% of the day? How did it end up going for you, my friend? Or do you plan on, or do you want to just tell me to go and stick my my inquisitions up my right arse and my left arse cheek? Right side of my left arse cheek. My apologies, I said my own statement wrong. Excuse me. It's a wonderful thing when you're such a chatterbox that you want to. What? Oh. Literally why we didn't play him. That's literally why we didn't play him. So that he wouldn't get injured, and then he goes and he gets concussion. The worst thing about seeing a concussion too is that when you end up seeing a concussion, it means that they can end up retiring, because you never know what a concussion. They can end up just stating, "This is it, we're done, we're dusted, Bob's your uncle, bomb, doom, dome." I hate that he won that. They got him for piss cheap and put him on a weak salary. When I tried to get him, now I tried to get him with Liverpool. When I tried to get him, the salary that he wanted was 800,000 quid. Oscar can play. I don't think we go with Oscar. Valencia are a strong team. They're not as dominant as Atletico or as Barca, but they're not weak teams. We do have to be careful. You. Don't remember giving you that promise. I love Foston. Played grand in that last game, but with Eduardo playing the way that he is, or Edmund playing the way he is, Edmund has to start. So I think we go with this, except for I think we have to. He has had Henrik's had 7 goals. Or 4 goals. Henrik has had 5 goals and 2 assists. Ironically, in the 2 games, Marco has boosted himself up, so it's kind of dangerous to drop Marco now, but I think you do put Henrik on for this. Now, do we swap Jason for Aaron? I don't think so. I think we stick with Jason and give him the benefit of the doubt that the last 2 games have just been bad games. So let's see how we do here. I might need a bit of support on this one, so cross your fingers and your toes for me. So let's see how we end up doing. And any other extremities you're able to end up twisting. Well, they have Lee. Ooh, okay. I wonder if it's the same Lee I had before. Everyone is motivated, that's good. Unbeaten against us, it does seem to... No? Okay. It's differently. Interesting. Well, they have Luka Ivanovic. Yeah, they signed him from Liverpool, I'm sure. Unknown, okay. I don't know. I won't lie, I'm slightly worried about this match. So I hope that we come out with piss and vinegar and actually perform. I already don't like how this seems to be going. Morgan almost ended up getting a nice cheeky goal there, but... yeah, it looks like it might be one of those moments where their goalkeeper's going to have a really good performance. It's going to end up causing us issues. Should do far better there. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to end up capitalizing on a mistake they make from passing, which is unfortunate. Our passing doesn't look like anyways impressive, to be honest. Particularly was the word I was looking for, by the way. We're adding pressure to them, but not enough. Good, Finney takes it off of him. Astonishing how he keeps ending up cutting off that corner. It's almost like he's doing the FIFA glitch. Like, it's so many times this season that he has ended up scoring from that direct corner where the goalkeeper should have the save and it just goes into the corner. Maybe it is that he's genuinely just attacking the goalkeeper and it works that way as a result. To Zane. I was offside anyway, but like, it's still horrible to see it end up hitting off the woodwork. I wonder if that counts as a woodwork shot. I doubt it, considering that's offside. Course. Like, what a horrible goal, too. Same thing, too. This is another situation where Jason is just having a fucking mare of a time in goal. Like, that's something a goalkeeper of his quality should be able to cover. Excuse me. Benny, Eduardo, Bellingham. Rick, you useless fuck. Why would you hit that directly at the keeper? Was that a cry at their goal for me or a goal for you, Duck? I assume you. Morgan. Oh, Morgan. You do that so often, the nice little cut through, and then you just have some moments where you just aren't even anywhere near on target. Win to Vinny. Vinny will lose it, yeah. Yep. God, Vinny. You have to do better than that. And, ooh. Nice shot by Eduardo. I mean, the keeper always had coverage over that. It was just, he was a wee bit too on the ball. But it does seem like it might just touch a performance by the goalkeeper. It looks like it's going to be one of those ones where their goalkeeper's probably going to have a 7.7 at the end of this game. Goal. Yeah. Fuck, I knew it the minute it happened. Fucking knew it. Jason again should do far fucking better on that. We should end up putting away our chances. It's insanely annoying. That's offside. No point even getting excited about that. That's offside. Miles too. Horse manure. Fucking horse manure by these useless pricks. Yeah, what changes do we make? Who do we need to get off? Well, Jason first of all, straight away. Stefan, kind of. Benny, kind of. I think that's the only one we do for now. We do Jason now, and we continue on from there. Jude. Genuinely, what the fuck was that, Jude? Wayne. Anyone? Why? Oh, it's like Wayne is trying to piss me off. Anything out of this. Eduardo, nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful from Eduardo. Okay, so we have the equalizer, but we need more. We need to end up getting the win out of this. So what changes? We might need to make the change of Enric as well. He doesn't seem himself today. Jesus Christ, Wayne. Oh my God. Eduardo to Bellingham. Bellingham to Morgan. Nobody there. Benny. Wayne! Or Warren. Beautiful. Can we keep this now that we have it? Can we keep this now that we have it? What changes do we make in place to keep this? So, beautiful. This is what we needed. Okay. Why are Barca on 20? Did Barca draw? No, it must think that we have a... It must think that we're in a draw at the moment. What changes do we make? Bellingham is tired, so I think...
Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but there it goes.
For now, we'll put Marcos on for Bellingham. Because there's no point swapping Enric out yet, he's fit. I think... we put Militao on for Burke. Because Burke isn't having the best of game today. And we wait from there. Zerkri has done too many questionable decisions to make a sub. So I think we go with these two for now. And hope that all ends up going grand with this. Ooh, not a bad attempt by Marco. Vinny. Come on, think about this now, Vinny. Don't lose the ball. Order to Vinny. Genuinely, that's the type of stuff that clinches you a bit. Adam to Marco. Adam. Not great by Adam. He needs to hold on to it a bit better than that. I mean, the Wayne and Eduardo thing is a bit of an issue now. In general, or Warren, not Wayne. If Adam had scored that, it would have made me changes straight away. I don't think it's right to sub them. I think we need to keep them on unless if we get a goal here, I'll make the changes, but I don't think it's right. I think if we're better with them tired than we are put on weaker people there. Because like Eduardo doing that is fantastic. Henrik loses the ball. Adam to Marco to Morgan to Militao. Imagine if Militao scored that. That would have been like bonkers. Would have been bonkers.
You mean I can't see her again?
Oh.
That's the way it has to.
Offside, cool. Oh, what was that, Militao? Please stop him. Stop them. Stop them! Adam, good. Keep the ball now, Adam. Up to Vinny. War! Oh! Oh, beautiful. And ironically, the poor bastard is after getting a brace and is being taken off because he done it. Like, I don't have a choice. I have to take him off as a result of it because he's wrecked, and there's no point taking the risk that he mightn't get an injury.
What do you think? I look alright. You look great. Will you marry me?
It's not worth the risk of him getting an injury. He's too good of a player. would be awesome if we ended this 5-2, though. I don't foresee it, but it would be awesome if we ended this 5-2. I mean, yeah, it's ending 4-2, but I can't complain about that. That is astonishing. And considering we came back, we were 1-0 up and then went to 2-1 and then ended up scoring the 3 goals. Like, beautiful for us. We needed it. So I'm ecstatic by that. I mean, we dominated the game. We deserved it. 2 bad mistakes for them to get the goal, but we can't take risks at the moment. He's already made himself worth the signing. Having someone that's able to just rocket something in like that is astonishing to have. You need those type of players that can end up having their moments of brilliance. I know you don't want to have to rely on moments of brilliance, but it's brilliant that you have it. That you have that type of freedom. Now, of course, Barca are going to end up winning their one as well. Fourth there, why wouldn't they? I hate that they got George. I hate it. Yeah, he's turned out to be worse than he was when he went to buy him, though. Problems at the moment. My eyes are just Yeah, I'm not trying to look like a smart arse. It's just to give a wee bit of pain relief to my eyes. Wear these for a bit. Hopefully it'll help. It's just been one of those days where I think it's probably been long enough to give Martin a go again at getting back into the team. That's a straight red card. We haven't used him in a single game since. Our game's so tight together when Barcelona didn't have it. Pong with. Oh, he's still with Leverkusen. Interesting. He never left the Leverkusen. That's interesting. Excuse me. Barcelona versus Getafe. Getafe aren't a bad team, but they are doing bad this season. Atletico Madrid versus Las Palmas. Las Palmas are 13th. You would expect both teams to get good wins out of this one. Considering how bad Getafe have been. Now, you never know, considering the team that ended up stopping Barcelona to begin with. But you would suspect Barcelona might get an 8-0 win here. Imagine if they got another draw. Like, even a draw or a loss. Imagine if it happened. It's not going to, but imagine it. It would be spectacular for us. Gonna be 8-0. Yeah. And another hat-trick hero. And 4 for Atletico. And Valencia done well as well. Ay, ay, ay. That's the thing. That's why it's good that we were able to shut down Valencia, because you never know. This is the astonishing thing with Barcelona too. They have found Rodrigo Esteban. They didn't buy him. He just popped into them. One of the best players in the world just popped into their fucking development cycle with no problems or anything like that. It's astonishing. The Mall's not going to do it, so what's the fucking point? I'm kind of curious, though, if I could end up signing a Barcelona player. I doubt it. It has the kind of rivalry thing that you see in Europe, where, or in England, like if you're Manchester United and try to sign someone off of Liverpool, they say no just because they're with Liverpool. There's not even a discussion about it. But we're against Girona now, who are 8th, so we can't go weak against Girona, but we do need to be careful with it. And then Leon directly after that. To improve. He's starting to, so that's good. This is Lewis. So some of these players are improving. That's good. Good, you are as well. Though you should be getting more game time, Villarreal. We have someone else with Villarreal. Yeah, Angelico. So Villarreal aren't playing him enough. I'm more annoyed about the goalkeeper than I am about him. So let's look at... Oh, whatever. Let's see if the next time pops around. Villarreal, they didn't play today, did they? No. Oscar Ross. I'd love to get him. Anyway, in we go for another important game. What does it recommend here? Bellingham, Moran, Oscar, Wayne, Morgan, Lee, Boston, Militao. Well, we will be doing a couple of changes. I'm sorry, after the last 3 games, I'm dropping Connor for Aaron. Hopefully Aaron will do a better job. He just hasn't been performing good enough. He needs to be dropped. We are going to go with... I'm going to give him another go again. If he performs shite this time, I'm dropping him to Real Madrid C. Not even B, I'm dropping him to C. Like, Corona's getting his chance today. And we're going to change Burke with Militao. In the back here... is tired, so he won't be anyway, but he is Jose is grand, needs improvement. Almar is grand but tired. He'll be back soon enough, hopefully. Okay. So I think we go Wahe and Kangli, even though these aren't their main positions. I'm gonna go with Carlos. And we're gonna go with Marco. We're gonna give Boston a go again. And we're gonna let the two of these continue where they are. At the moment, both these two sections up here, we need more we need more 10s. We need more 10s. And we do need another proper defender. Militao can take the Libra role. We have some Libras, like Sechi, who's on loan. It's being sent out there. Sechi is now working for the Libra position, but he isn't ready yet. He could be, and he should be, and he more than likely will be ready for it, but we don't have it. We don't have another Libra. So we kind of need someone for here. Now, he's 32, so even if he could do it, and he can do it, he's not the solution. So we kind of need to buy someone to work alongside Burke in that position. Now, the fact that Burke is losing abilities too is annoying the shit out of me because there's no reason for it. He's training and he's doing all of the stuff, so why is he dropping down? I couldn't fucking tell you. But that's probably what we need to do. These two areas here, once we sell Lei and maybe Wehe, and a defender, that's probably where we need to improve the team. In theory, we could use another, specifically left winger. Like, we have Quintilla developing, and Quintilla has the ability to be one. Like, but he can go back into the defense if he need to as well. I have him training as a winger at the moment. Or he should be anyway. Oh, why is he training as a winger? What can I set him to a winger? So Quintilla there. We also have a couple of other people that are they're gone off on loan that can end up doing that position as well, because Kangli is too old. We bought Gale, so Gale should be grand for over here, and Ardgulla can do it as well. So we have Adam, Boston, and Gale for here, along with Ardgulla. Ardgulla is here with Stefan, but we kind of need specialist people to go there. Like Lee can perform here, Wehe can perform here, Marco can perform here, but we probably need another specialist, if you get me. So that's probably where we need the improvements, if I was honest, Duck. Everything else we're fairly good for at the moment. Now, have I gone too weak in this squad against Girona? There's a lot of changes in it. Oh, we need to change this as well. There's a lot of changes in it. But hopefully not. We still have the two of them as their focal point. Maybe that's a mistake because we need them. In fact, it is a mistake. It is a mistake, in fact, actually. We can do that. And then we can change you to be Frisco because you can't play in the Champions League. So that's actually the better move. You go with this. And yet we're putting a square peg into a round hole a little bit there with Zerkri, but Zerkri can perform there. So screw it, let's go with it. And hopefully this is good enough. It should be good enough. This is one of those situations of I can't be proud. The minute we see issues, we jump. The minute we see issues with this, we jump. We jump and make the change. Because Girona are a good team. So the minute we start to see suspect issues or areas that need improvement, we take them off and immediately change them with the people that should be playing against Leon. Because we need to do well against Leon as well. We are at home too, so hopefully we have a better showcase of ourselves being at home. Rarely means much though. Take your time, Aaron. Blame anyone but me for that. That's me. That's my fault for making too many changes and hoping that I wouldn't get because of the changes. And I did. Zachary should have done far better there. Aaron should have done far better there. The defense should have done far better there. That is a complete cornucopia of malfeasance. Who do you blame for that? The fuck do you blame for that? For you. You blame that on Martin. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Genuinely makes me want to cry. Like, fuck me. I mean, Warren, like, at least Warren scored it. He probably shouldn't have. Mola should have ended up saving that. Like, holy crap. We get something out of this? Nope. Okay, Warren. Yeah, good. Good. That definitely should be onside. That definitely should be onside, yeah. Warren performing like a fucking king today. An absolute king. In one season, he's probably identified himself as a future captain when Jude ends up leaving. Like, a fucking king. Worth the 100 million alone that we spent on him. Okay, we wait a wee bit longer before we make any more changes. And now we know what to make a specific set of changes. Okay, we pause now and we make a specific set of changes because we can see it in our defense. So Burke immediately comes on for Militao. Martin has been given another opportunity and failed every shade of shit. So Hines comes on for him. Boston hasn't been good enough. Swap him with Adams. Quintella has been grand, so we continue with these for now. These are the 3 changes we make now. We hope that we can continue on with this and everything will be grand. Good enough. We need one more goal out of this, so 65 minutes, fair enough. Out of the 2 of them, I think Lee has been... So I think we swap Lee with Morgan. We move Marcos back for Wehe, and we swap Wehe with Enric. But the Zane! Oh, Zane, you should have went for the goal. Oh, fuck being nice. You should have went for the goal there. Too likely that they'll score. Fuck! Right into the fucking wall. There's only so much Warren can fucking do. He can't hold the fucking team together. Like, Jesus, guys. We've 5 changes done. Mola ends up doing a nice save there. What can you do when this happens? Like, they're just capitulating every way to Sunday. It's not even funny. It's genuinely not even funny. Can we get 2 goals before this finishes? I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. I think this is probably going to go down as a loss. And it's my fault for being too... Well, yeah, we've gotten something. You might have the chance of a draw now. Out of nowhere, our defender just jims it. Absolutely jimmies it. Oh, could you imagine if that went in? Corner? Yeah. Can we score a corner? Normally we can't. Can we score it? You're even less likely from a free kick. Fuck. Oh. Go on. Go on, ring the bell. Ring the fucking bell. Can we score from this? Oh, I'd feel so annoyed if I was Girona. Holy crap. Holy crap, I'd be so annoyed if I was Girona. What a shot. Adam, you fucking beauty. I mean, I love Boston. I fucking love Boston with all of my heart. But fuck me, Adam, if you weren't a good signing this season. For 13.75 million quid, fuck me if you made it worth it at 17 years of age, you goddamn beauty. Like, Gale is there as well, who has been injured and just hasn't been able to show himself off and has had an amazing fucking go at himself as well. One game in, got injured, and then injured again in training. He's coming back soon enough. Boston has showed himself up at an incredible level as well, to be fair to him. He didn't have the best game today, but like, Boston in general does a good old job for us there. 4 league games, 2 goals, 5 assists. He does phenomenally well for us as well. But like, holy fuck, is this brilliant. In 21 games last season, 4 goals, 14 assists to 3 players in the matches. This season has done the same with Boston. Like, that wing is doing fucking numbers. Like, 4 goals, 4 assists, 1 player of the match. He's been astonishing for us. Like, Warren deserves the man of the match. I'd almost give it to Edmund for saving the fucking day, to be honest. What a goal. What phenomenal work put into play from them. Just beautiful work. That could be a goal that saves our season. Genuinely. After going 2-0 down, and then Adam had a shit game too, which is fucking beautiful as well. I love this game. Well, thanks for predicting Barcelona's next game. I wonder if Barcelona are going to win their next game. What do you want to bet, Duck? What do you want to bet that Barcelona's next game is going to be a win? But genuinely, I am ecstatic with that result. I genuinely, like, we don't deserve it. We don't deserve that win. We genuinely don't deserve that win. Girona deserve a draw, if nothing else. We genuinely do not deserve that win. But fuck it, I'm happy to take it. What? Fuck it, I was wondering. God, if you could get a Nacho. You'd never get him. He's another spawn. He just spawned in Arsenal's academy and fucking, he's a monster. Well, Hull. Spawned with Hull. Well, no, he spawned in Arsenal's academy and was loaned out to Hull. Like, he's a monster. Ooh. Let's continue on for now. Yeah, sorry. Let's continue on from now. do think that bothers me quite a significant bit, where it continues to end up bringing up a player from the team that wants the player over there and keeps saying you should end up coming over here. Like, Lewis mentioning it about fucking Lemmy trying to get him over to City probably shouldn't matter. Like, it probably won't make a difference. I haven't had their game yet. I don't think they'll have it for the Champions League either. If you spend 147 million to get Rojas off of them, he would basically become the best attacking midfielder that we have there, and he has good abilities. At 23, though, probably not. Thanks for letting me know, Zidane. I don't know why it's rumoring me with Martinelli. I've never even looked at Martinelli. Yeah, Barcelona are going up against Dynamo, so the game in hand is staying a bit. Yeah. Not surprising. Lavio's been performing great for them as well, because of course he fucking is. Why wouldn't he be? Still, I will say, quite surprising to see Rangers, the Quintlash, Rangers whooping Napoli. I mean, Napoli have been ransacked since, but like, you know, interesting to see Rangers doing that. Not really, Doc. Primarily, my plan for next week will be to just continue to hit the gym and give a good account of myself at work. I'm still getting to account of myself at work and need to focus a good bit down on that and knuckle down and get everything sorted out there with the new job. But again, one of the reasons why I haven't been able to comment on the stream schedule for next week. It'll be mainly gym, the odd stream here when I can end up doing them, work, and then the weekend next week. I don't have any plans as of yet, but I might do something. I'm one of those weird creatures who, when starting a job that pays monthly, doesn't want to do a single goddamn thing until I get my first paycheck. I mean, I have the monetary value in order to do shit for the next 3 weeks until 4 weeks until I get paid. But at the same point in time, I don't want to do anything until I get paid, which I don't know if that's just stupidity or if you understand my feeling or anything like that. I don't know if you get what I mean. Okay. So this is a very important game as well. It's more or less the squad we're going with. However, we're not changing Aaron. We're giving Aaron his go. Playing Burke. And we're playing Hines. Play Eduardo. And instead of Warren, just because he needs the rest, I'd happily play him. Otherwise, we're going to play Jude. But yeah, that's why we put Carlos on instead of Vinny, because we knew that he'd be wrecked. Wahia comes off for... Guller's still injured. So we're going to play Oscar, and we're going to play Stefan. Foston didn't have the greatest game, and Eduardo for the Edmund just for the goal alone deserves to start. Now, Marco didn't score the last game, but I also think Enric deserves the start, so we're going to go with Enric instead of Marcos. And the ads are about to start here, but I need a quick personal break, so I'm just going to be right back just as the ads end up starting, so I'll chat to you all in a minute. Well, salutations. Thankfully, everything has worked out perfectly because the advertisements are finished, and I'm back. So we can end up enjoying ourselves even more. So, Now, let's set ourselves up and see what we're going to do here. Thank you, Senor Duck. Are you playing anything else other than FM at all in the stuff that you've been doing recently, Duck? Or is FM all that you've been playing in the last wee bit? Interesting that Jude is worried about a 32-year-old. Well, I'm always a bit of a tinker man anyway. I make loads of changes all the time. I'm surprised they still have Ryan Sciarchi. Kind of surprised no one went and took Ryan Sciarchi off of them. He's a very good player. That was horrible work there. What is he now? 28. Bit shit. I can understand why, I suppose. Oscar. God, Edmund just shoots from the most obscure positions and somehow managed to keep it on target. It's like even there, like it's bonkers how often he's able to stay on target. FN. We need to do better now. We're not doing good enough now. We're passing isn't good enough. Oh, it's a good thing Amanda isn't here. Ajax are losing. Nice. Edmund ends up getting the nice goal there. It's what you love to end up seeing. I'm starting to fall in love with this guy. Oscar there, knowing he can't really do anything, passes it directly to Edmund, who just runs and nicks it straight into the bottom corner. Phenomenal work. Immediately they go and end up doing that. Bonkers. Fucking bonkers. Who do we blame that on? Kind of on Aaron, kind of on the rest of them. It's hard to bloody know. Bellingham. Good save by Posson. Zidane wasn't wrong about Radovan being their danger too. I'm shite at Rocket League, Duck. I haven't played it in a long time since I attempted it before. Something I might attempt again in the future, but I am disastrously shite at that game. How do you find it? Are you any good at it? Oh, Posson. I have the sinking feeling their goalkeeper is going to have a storm burner today. We have a strong team out. Why are they walking through us? Oh, god damn it, you useless fucks. Anyway, there's no changes to be made yet. Kenneth Taylor scored for Ajax. And with another goal, would you fucking believe it? Like, just a different level. An absolute different level. Just beautiful from Adam. Oh, excuse me. God damn it. Okay, Bellingham to Oscar. Oscar. Stefan, you should think, oh no, they're going to score. Good work by Camavinga. Very good work by Camavinga. Okay, and now we make some subs. But what subs do we make? I think Eduardo needs to come off. Which means Warren, even though tired, needs to go on. Edmund, even though he has been the best player on the pitch for us, is wrecked and we don't want to risk him getting injured, so we're going to put Boston on instead. Vinicius hasn't been good enough, so we're going to swap him with Kang Lee. We don't really have anyone to... Well, we could put Zerkri on, but I don't really want to. Morgan has been less than good, so we'll put Wehe on there. And we will end up putting Jason on. Fuck if there's no point, considering he's injured. It'll probably come back and bite us in the arse. So we'll make all 5 changes and hope that it's grand. We don't want to take the risk that Jason, that Aaron would end up putting it in because of the injury. Hands of scoring, beautiful. Gives us the buffer we needed, so it was the right move. It was the right move. Bellingham might have been the other one to take off, considering he hasn't had the best game in the world. But I mean, who cares now that we're 3-1 up? We're doing well. Ajax are coming back for Galatasaray. 2-2 with Inter and Benfica. Playing around with the ball like that. Don't be risking them coming onto you. Okay. So a couple of things need to be noted. With that one. Warren is a fucking monster. Warren is a fucking monster. Foston does a fantastic pass there, and Wehe is tight as a nun's arse at that particular angle as well. But beautiful, and I like that Foston, even with Edmund having a monstrous game in of himself, the fact that Foston can come on and actually perform is beautiful as well. A really good result for us. A really, really, really good result for us. again, amazing the difference that it can end up making. We're still 12th. We should end up boosting up the ranks a good bit. Like, show them in position, you fucking twit. We should end up boosting up the difference a good bit later on. But 12th is a good bit to be in at the moment, 3 games in. Obviously, you'd prefer to be up in the top ranks with the likes of these that haven't lost a game yet. But, you know, City are just in a different set of monsters as well, and we're still developing. So hopefully, eventually, considering we're probably going to meet them again, we end up getting in a position where City aren't the big, scary dogs that are coming to bite their heads off. Whittle. Genuinely don't give a crap about Julian Alvarez. I also wonder why I'm still looking at him. Like, we're never going to end up getting him, so don't know why we're scouting him. I mean, I want him in the shortlist. Oh, it's because we've an assignment. Like, I'm surprised we're allowed to continue to see his match reports. Like, I'd like him in the shortlist, but like the match reports is a bit interesting for him. Fuck me. Look at those stats. Fucking Nora. United look like a scary team too. The Cockroach is doing a good job with them. This week we have Mallorca, Barcelona, Elche. Well, Barcelona wallop Elche 10 ways to Sunday, but yeah. We'll still have a game in hand on Barcelona for some weird reason. I don't know why that has happened. Robbie King. Nice to see a fellow Irishman doing a somewhat cannibal job here abroad. Pepe Sa. Huh? Billy Boyd is now 24. Abyss. Malcolm. Fabio! My old flame. I had Fabio back at Crystal Palace back here. We had him on loan for a bit and then we signed him for a long time until he ended up getting sent off here. He's a very, very, very good player. I mean, he'll be 26. Considering Militao is going to be leaving this season, mightn't be a bad option next season. Mightn't be a bad option next season. Getafe after Mallorca. So we need to be careful with Mallorca because they're one of the better teams. And then we have Getafe, and we have a bit of a break in between them. So we need to be careful. One of parents. Nice. Okay, that's brilliant. We're one apparent, like, again, Zaragoza getting a draw, like, just nicking shits out. You never really know. Fabio Cavani, interesting, former Liverpool player. Again, we can't take anything easy because Barcelona will end up winning against Elche. They'd want to too, considering they're 17th, but Barcelona will end up beating Elche. And Mallorca are a strong enough team. As I said, Robbie Keane is their manager, which is interesting. He has a 36% win rate. Okay. What actually is mine at the moment? 72%, yeah. What's Barcelona's? 71. Technically, we have a better win rate than Marco Rose, and that is shocking to me. That is genuinely shocking to me. Real Madrid. I was wondering for a minute. My honors aren't that big. Anyway. In we go to another bit of fun. We will end up swapping Aaron out there. One of the biggest problems I have with Burke is Burke just gets tired insanely quickly. Excuse me. Yeah, I think for the most part, this is where we go. Hines, Militao, Candel, Zayn, Emery, Bellingham, Vinicius, Adam, Oscar, Morgan, and then Marco. I think we try this and we see how we end up doing. It's still... I probably should try and go weaker than this. One of the things I probably should do is I should probably take Stefan off and put Lee on. Wahe needs the minutes, so I should probably go with Wahe instead of Oscar. Okay, fuck it, I'll try this one more time. I'm going to swap Militao with Zerkri. And I'm going to swap Hines with Cora. And hope Cora doesn't have a shit game. Hope he doesn't. Considering he's been given, I think 3. Is it 3 years or 2? Okay, he's been given 2 opportunities. In each of his opportunities, he has been categorically shite. He's a good player, or has the potential to be a good player. We signed him from Liverpool, the club that I signed him to. You know, I signed him to Liverpool, but I signed him from Liverpool. He should be better than this. Let's see how we do. And again, I need to keep an eye on this one. If the shit hits the fan, we immediately make the change. We buffer straight away over and change him out. So we go with this and see how we do. So Hopefully my fellow Irishman doesn't end up walloping my ass. So cross your fingers and your toes for me, ladies, gentlemen, and the technicolor rainbow in between. Let's see how we end up doing. This is probably too weak of a team for a team that's 5th. But we'll see. Benny. Beautiful! Bring it in! 1-0 up! Wow! Hopefully we can keep this now and have good formation on it now and build upon this subtle little victory. The fuck happened to my audio there? My apologies. I don't know why you'd be better at driving backwards than forwards there, Duck. But hey, that's a skill in itself, I suppose. You could look at it that way. Oh, Wahe! Beautiful for Wahe. Wahe might actually legitimately earn himself a place in that position. I mean, it was a beautiful pass through by Bellingham, but like, or by Kang Lee. But like, legitimately, he's doing a Stefan Morgan job at the moment. Kind of curious who my top goal scorer is at the moment. I'd actually be shocked if it was one of the strikers. Genuinely, I think I'd be shocked if it was one of the strikers. Excuse me. My apologies. You enjoy driving yourself, Duck. It's something you actually have satisfaction in doing. Because, like, if it could be something you could get into if driving backwards is something that's actually good for you. There are oh, Jason, what did I say? There are loads of little crap for that. Oh, you meant for Rocket League. Doy. Fucking dipshit crash. I thought you meant in real life you were better at reversing than forward. Oh yeah, I couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about the Rocket League state of affairs, so I couldn't tell you a damn bit. I'm not doing too bad today, Skull, and yourself, how are you doing? Pleasure to have you back. How is your Sunday treating you? Have you been up to anything exciting? Have you gone for a meal? Have you enjoyed the festivities with the familia? Has anything exciting happened in your life? As you can tell, I was rocking the enjoyable crest for United as we mastered a draw out of a win, because we should have won against Arsenal. I mean, we played shite, but Arsenal did too, so, you know, two things can be true at the same point in time. We should have won that game. I'll fight with people about that. Word is a bit much, but I do think we should have won that game anyway. Like, Arsenal were shite, and the one opportunity they ended up getting, they fucking took. Fair play to Declan Rice for scoring. I do think he should have gotten a card for shushing the Stretford end. Fair play to him for doing it, but going to the Stretford end should have been a card. But at the same point in time, Arsenal badly need a striker. I think the protests, it's nice to see people doing them. I think they make nary a bit of difference. Like, at one particular point in time, the camera at the first half, when United were playing the Red Bull, showed Jim Radcliffe talking to Omar Barada, and Jim Radcliffe was laughing his ass off. I don't think he gave a rat's diddly ass. I don't think it'll make a goddamn bit of difference. I do think sending images like the man who had the sign up there stating €66 for children's tickets, the culture has already been ruined, as both the response to the absurd ticket prices and Simon Jordan being the complete and utter arrogant ass that he is, was a nice thing to end up having circulated. But in general, unfortunately, I think the protests are a gigantic waste of time. I also think the people that got angry at protesters or got angry at United fans in general for going into the motherfucking stadium and watching the game are idiots as well, because Old Trafford is an experience. Everyone who can should get to watch Old Trafford now while you can, considering the likelihood is that stadium is going to be torn down at some point in time. So, you know, that's my opinion on the protests. If you didn't get caught with an advertisement, and I'll ask it again after the ads in case you ended up getting caught with an advertisement, what did you think about them yourself, Skull? And yes, that was diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain. I do have a good, unique way of just blurting out effluvia. Of course, we'll wait for the advertisement and see what ends up happening then. Fuck me. Sorry. Excuse me. Oh, I mean, it definitely helps the cause if no one turned up to the game. But no one's going to do that.
I'm steady swimming on the safe side. Say your life a movie, but I'd rather watch paint dry. All of my accomplishments will fade off in the gray sky. I am just a ripple in the pond trying to save lives.
I agree with that. But at the same point in time, you know, there are ways to end up protesting without, like, you need to go through the pain in order to get what you want to end up doing. That is a true fact of life. If you want to fight for something, you're always going to go through pain in order to get it. So you're both right. But at the same point in time, it costs a lot of money to go to Manchester. It costs a lot of money to get those tickets, and you don't get many chances to end up doing it. And I don't think anyone should be belittled for going to the game. I think it would be beautiful to do a walkout, to do a 58-minute walkout or something like that. But like, it's just, you know, you've loved the thing for so long that you want to go and see it. It's incredibly hard to make that sacrifice, you know?
Wake up and I'm feeling like I've changed. Even when it rains, I'ma smile through the pain in the pit.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But genuinely, you'd almost have to bankrupt the club for them to do it. Manchester United is too much of a lucrative phenomenon, and an awful lot of people don't give a shit about it. An awful lot of people just want the attire, want that type of stuff, and then it's up to Ruben Amorim, and it's up to the players, it's up to everyone else to end up improving those aspects of it. Odds are the Glazers are probably not going to sell it for a long time, mainly because they're reading the writing on the wall of the fact that the Premier League's current distribution model makes no sense, and it's going to get a big streaming right acquisition, which will boost the money that some of the clubs are going to get by triple, if not quadruple. So it makes no sense for the Glazers to sell for the next 10 years anyway, because they're going to get 4 times the amount of money for selling it. Now, what should end up happening is Jim Ratcliffe should end up coming in, and to be fair, they didn't do it with Ten Hag. Maybe they'll do it with Ruben. They just need him to clear out as many people as he wants. If Ruben wants to sell someone, they need to end up selling him. They basically need to clear out all of the dead wood. And like, I've said this before, I'm not a fan of the cuts that Manchester United are doing at the moment. But using the excuse that Casemiro's on 300,000 quid a week doesn't fetch water at the moment, because you couldn't sell him. I mean, you could have in the January transfer market, but no one really wanted him and you wouldn't get the money for him. So you have more of a chance and more of an idea of selling him this summer. If they don't sell the likes of Casemiro, who is on 300,000 quid a week, then we can have this argument again. But like, you know, we need to give Ineos a wee bit more time. I genuinely don't think, far be it bombing the fucking club, I don't think there's a way that anything that United fans are going to do will end up getting the Glazers to sell. And the sad thing about it is, even if you did manage to do what you needed to do in order to get the Glazers to sell, you would do such a volatile amount of damage to the club that it would take nigh on 20 to 30 years for it to come back from the damage that we'd have to do to get them to sell to begin with, if you get my point. So we know the Devils we have. We know the Devils aren't going to sell for the next wee while. Now it's just get the Devils to do something somewhat.
With you, because someday I hope that you can see the potential at the end of the road. Whoa, I'll see you when I'm back home. For now, you can turn the lights.
Smart for us. Barcelona battles.
I feel like this is my fault. I feel like this is my fault. I feel like this is my fault. I feel like I'm on to bigger, better things. Been thinking about a wedding ring. The thought of you is settling way more than just together every day from second grade, making lemonade off of the.
Oh, I'm sorry for stopping in the middle of the conversation, Skull. It's just Barcelona are this season monsters, and seeing them bottle it all is fucking beautiful. I mean, I think you're right. But I also think it has a lot to do with the fact. I mean, we weren't in that bad of a position with every manager before Ollie. We weren't. We just didn't see the improvement. I think Van Gaal wasn't a bad manager for United. I think if he was given longer time, especially with the youths, he actually might have ended up doing something. Van Gaal needed another year. Problem with Van Gaal is he played a brand of football that was pissing people off. I think if we had kept Mourinho, I think the same thing would have ended up happening. Unfortunately for Mourinho, and Mourinho admitted it himself, the club wouldn't sell the people he wanted to sell. He is on record multiple times saying he didn't want Martial and he didn't want Luke Shaw. He wanted both of them out the door. Both of them were still with the club until Martial walked out the door. So that's where I'm saying there is a difference. We'll know this summer if Ineos are just the Glazers with his fresh coat of paint. If Amarin can't get rid of everyone that Amarin wants to get rid of, then we know it's just the Glazers with a different coat of paint. If he's allowed to get rid of everyone that ends up coming down, then we'll play with what we have and hope that eventually the Devils end up leaving, you know? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, but that was Ed Woodward and Ed Woodward and the other buck, both of who are gone now. And hopefully Omar Barada, who was smart with City, and Radcliffe, even though I think he's as dense as a fucking paper towel, hopefully they'll do something smart and United will actually end up doing things. Like, there's already hope with United this time. Could you, before Ineos joined United, have seen United putting Rashford out on loan because he wasn't performing good enough? Could you see them doing it with Anthony, considering he was 75 million quid? We'll see what ends up happening. I think, even with as bad as this season has been, there are elements of the Ineos tackles that they have done. Well, you say that, and you're right about that, but would pre-Ineos have let that happen? If you get what I mean. Would pre-Ineos have let that happen? Because, like, as you just said there, Paul Pogba, they wouldn't allow to sell. They would have done the same thing with Paul Pogba. Now, maybe, considering the Sancho loan, well, the Sancho loan was done under Ineos as well, so, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. He could be. He could be. Radcliffe, considering he was a Chelsea fan. He had a season ticket to Chelsea and tried to buy Chelsea. Just didn't have the money for it. The one thing that'll be interesting, and I genuinely don't think it'll matter, but the one thing that'll be interesting is it's written in the contract that Jim Radcliffe ended up signing that if the Glazers want to sell this summer and they get a good enough offer, Jim Radcliffe needs to sell. So in theory, if Sheikh Shazim comes back and decides, you know what, fuck it, I'll put an extra 2 billion to United, Radcliffe would have to sell as well. So in theory, God, the cockroach is doing such a good job. In theory, United might have to sell this summer. You know? I kind of hope that doesn't happen, because then we're going to have a big ass rigmarole of wanting the fucking sale, which will blindside us on the actual, you know, sales that we need to end up having. But we'll see what ends up happening, you know? Why was he knighted? Well, the man's a billionaire and created a company outside of the UK and ended up allowing for business to be created within the UK as well. So legitimately, that's the reason he was knighted. Yeah, he does. He does. But he's created a number of jobs for them as well. You have to keep in mind, there's loads of people that have been knighted that live in America at the moment. Living in the UK does not warrant you getting knighted. I don't like the process of getting knighted anyway. I don't really give too much of a dog's bollocks about it. But you know yourself, like, you can get knighted for the randomest of shite. So long as you are in any ways into... Why did Lee get it? Anyway, so long as you are in touch with the British, you know, populace. You're right. You're right, Skull. And you're wrong. Because that's what I was saying there is literally the point. It doesn't matter. It does not matter that United's value is going down at the moment. It doesn't matter if United are 17th in the table. The second the new distribution deal happens for the Premier League, every single club in the Premier League's value triples. Because they're going to get so much fucking money from the new distribution deal that it won't matter. It's the same reason that and sorry, Duck, to bring it up, but the same reason that WWE's value went from 3 billion to 7 billion overnight because the Netflix deal was under discussion. They got paid 10 billion quid over 10 years for Netflix. How much do you think the Premier League is going to end up getting if someone like Netflix ended up nicking it? 10 billion over 7 years for the WWE. If Amazon came in now for the Premier League, you're telling me it wouldn't be multitudes of billions of euros or sterling or dollars in order to get that up and that to be distributed amongst the clubs that end up doing it? United are one of the biggest clubs in England. Even if they're fucking 17th, they'll get the lion's share of the amount of money that ends up coming through. It could be something like the Zone. Who the fuck knows that gets it? But that's my point there. The Glazers don't need to sell. I do think what probably should end up happening, and probably the one thing that the protest could end up doing, I don't think currently the plan to work is to protest outside of Manchester United. I think the plan to work is to protest outside of Parliament in England and turn around and try and get a member of Congress in the English government to turn around and state United have been owned by this club for 20 years and haven't paid a lick of the fucking a single lick of the fucking debt. Surely that's not legal. Surely they need to pay off some of the debt and hopefully get the government to turn around and say, yeah, no, this is horse manure. You have 5 years, pay off the fucking debt. At which point they need to put in the money or stop nicking the money or do shit in order to pay off the debt. Like, the thing is, Simon Jordan is right. We don't need to worry about the debt. We're making enough money that the debt doesn't matter to us. The idea that we're under the financial fair play restrictions is horse manure. We're not. We're nowhere near it. Yeah, they've never paid off. They've bought the club with debt. They've never paid any installments in the debt from which they've ended up doing it. But that's what I end up saying. That's the thing that should be done in order to who the fuck are you? But that's what should be done. You should end up going to Parliament and try and get them to change it around it, because there's but there's nothing that they can end up doing by actually trying to tug at the heartstrings of the Glazers. That's my viewpoint on it. But at the end of the day, none of it actually matters. Done well. At the end of the day, nothing that anyone can do will get the Glazers to sell. Unfortunately, you could do a protest every fucking week of the day. It won't make a difference. So all we need to do is hope beyond hope that Ineos will be intelligent come this summer and give Amarim as much fucking rope as possible until then. Because you can see it. You can see it in the formation. The inklings of what is needed for it to work. For what he wants to work. You can see that with the right players, this formation will definitely end up working, you know? So we'll see what ends up happening. But that's my opinion on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm deluded. Maybe I'm a fool. But we'll see. I mean, kinda, but FIFA are a notoriously corrupt organization, and the government have been threatening FIFA for a while to step in. So that's why I'm saying I think it'd end up going in and working. That's kind of the thing. FIFA don't allow the government to end up coming into it, but there's nothing the government can end up doing. This fucking team. Like, look at the goal difference now. This is why we need them to continue to bottle. Like, Jesus Christ. This is bonkers. It's a fucking right back that's their number one player. Like, they have two of the world's best goalkeepers. I mean, we do as well, but like, they have two of the world's best goalkeepers currently there. Ronald is doing monstrous work. Gavi there as well. Like, and then they have a bench, and they're not even using their fucking bench. They're not even using their fucking bench in their 9-0. Like. Like, we have to win every single game we go into, because it genuinely might be impossible for us to beat them. Genuinely might be impossible for us to beat them. It'd be funny if it wasn't so fucking tragic. But what do you think? What do you think, Skull? Do you think I'm completely off base? I'm somewhat accurate. I'm close. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. What do you think? We're grand for our centre backs at the moment. We could use with another understudy, but Haven looks like he's going to be a legitimate player. So hopefully Haven and Lenny will end up taking up the main positions, and it'll be Haven, Lenny, and Delic next year. I think you're right about the wing backs. I think Dagu is a player in of himself. Maybe Mazraoui will end up moving back over to the right, but you need an understudy for him. I think Delo has the potential to be something there, but I think it's too late. So maybe replace him. I think our big problem is I like Ugarte, but I don't think Manu is a good partner for Ugarte. Which begs the question, where the fuck do you put Manu? I don't think Garnacho is good as a 10, which begs the question, where the fuck do you put Garnacho? I don't think Bruno is good as the 10 that they want him to be, nor is he an 8, so where the fuck do you put Bruno? I don't think Xerxes is good as a striker. He needs to be a 10, which begs the question, who do you get a striker to replace Rasmus, or do you get a striker to go in there, or do you need two strikers and put Xerxes as the 10? I mean, I think there's a player in him. That's the thing. But is Manu intense enough to be a 10? I think Manu looks like Christian Eriksen, but I think ironically, I think he needs to Romelu Lukaku himself and buff the fuck up. You know, not as Romelu Lukaku did, but I think you get what I mean when I say Romelu Lukaku himself. Like, I think what Manu needs to do is go on a massive bulk. No, I know he's growing, but do you get what I mean when I say it? He needs to go on a massive bulk this summer, during the summer period, and just boof himself up so that Garnacho needs it as well, mind you, but Garnacho always needed it. A fucking gust of wind would blow Garnacho over. Like, both of them just need to bulk the fuck up, Garnacho and Manu, and I think both of them can do that position well. I think it is the big problem with playing with youth. You don't know what you're going to end up getting, so we'll see what ends up happening. Do you think he looks better deeper? Because I'm not sure. I also don't think he should ever be taking corners. I love him taking free kicks. His free kick today was fucking chef's kiss beautiful. But I genuinely don't think he ever should be taking... fucking words. Ever should be taking... corners. I mean, I have no reason not to play. I didn't get the fucking loaned out, so.
You're too precious to love like this, and I'm too young to ever get hurt like this, and I'm not over you till it's all been said. You're too precious.
I mean, that kind of is Ugarte. It's just Bruno doesn't run back enough. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think.
Heard you from a mile, I felt that aching in your cries. Preying on a devil in their eyes. Stand by me, I'm trying to strengthen ties. Don't you let them weaken you inside. You're too precious to love like this, and I'm too young to ever get hurt like this.
Yeah, I think we try this. I think we try this. It's a bit of a weaker team. Same as we did with fucking Mallorca, but at the same point in time, we'll see. I don't know. I think he can be. I think he can be world class. I think we've seen elements of him that can be world class. I think it's also unfortunate that the man has just had a very, very tumultuous start to Manchester United. It didn't help that Ten Hag, for some fucking reason, like a dipshit, didn't use him when he signed him. Like that. There's a lot of shit that Ten Hag done that I'll agree with, and a lot of shit that Ten Hag done that boggles the fucking mind even to now. Even if he did, maybe he didn't. But at the same point in time, you don't let a player like that just fucking wallow in the wayside. I think that's the other problem too. I wouldn't have sacked Ten Hag when we did. To be honest, I wouldn't have sacked Ten Hag when we did. I would have fucking done the season with Ten Hag. If you were happy with what Amran was going to do now, would have done the season with Ten Hag and then brought Amran in the summer and let him clean out house. But maybe it's better to give Amran the fucking half a year in order to figure out the useless pricks. But I don't know. At the end of the day, our most important match for the rest of the season is next Thursday. We need to win at Old Trafford. We need... Whatever about any protests or anything else, fuck your protests next Thursday. Don't even attempt to do a protest next Sunday. We need everyone behind the club next Thursday. Because we need to win against Real Sociedad. Because we have to win the Europa League. Which is the reason why I will be crossing every single orifice I have to hope that AZ are able to fucking knock out Tottenham, because I legitimately think Tottenham are the if we can get past Sociedad, Tottenham are the proper competition, you know. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see too. Why you think there's a fat chance that we'll win on Thursday? I don't know. Like, we played well against them. Like that's the thing. We played well against them the last day. It's literally just it's the same way as today. We mastered a draw out of a win. Let's see. Like, fuck it, who knows about that? I'd love to, Skull. I'd love to do a watch along, but you couldn't really do a watch along on Twitch, and nobody follows my YouTube. I currently am streaming on YouTube now at the moment, and have had 0 views on both. I have 2 different YouTube streams on at the moment, and I'm getting nothing for them. I guess the watch along I would be doing would be playing a game like this and watching along as well to do it on Twitch. So you'd be watching me play this and then hear my watch along for the actual game itself. That would be probably the way that I could end up doing it, because you can't really do watch alongs on Twitch. Like, it's... Dude, no. Are you fucking kidding me? Even pretending you're going to give it. Yep. Come on, score your goal, because they never save these. Oh, fuck, O'Connor saved it. That's a first. I haven't even attempted to do live streaming on X. I mean, that could be an option. And then actually figure out how to use TikTok Live Studio, which is a horrible, horrible, horrible piece of tech. But we could end up figuring it out. Yeah, no, we'll see. I'll probably end up streaming that night for sure. What time is that game? What time is that game on Thursday? 8 o'clock? I mean, fuck it. I might actually be playing games on this and streaming it that way. I don't have enough people on the Crack Attack Twitter to end up doing that either yet. Maybe I'll get people involved in it later on, and I'd happily, if I got a big enough community, eventually start to do watch-alongs. I'd happily do them. Ignore how fucking horrible that is written. I've tried to get that set up properly, but Stream Elements hates multiple lines. Anyway, you can get all of my social medias there if you want to end up connecting to any of them. But I might end up playing this and just watching the game as well and giving my opinion on it. If you want to watch it with me, Skull. I'm not going to give any promises that I'm going to end up doing that, but I might do. Also, such a good save. Such a good save. It's so rare to see the goalkeeper actually save a penalty. Why are you showing the corner? I mean, we'll see. Real Madrid are definitely looking better than they were pre-Christmas. I don't know. I still think there's a good chance. Because of the way Amarin plays, I think Amarin's system works outside of the Premier League with our players, because our players are so fucking slow that we can end up working outside of Europe, where speed isn't as big of a factor. Like, you wouldn't need to do counter-attacking football like we did today versus Arsenal. Fuck off, the Demba.
Ooh, baby. Do you know what is worth? $10 the best on the earth.
How are you doing today, my friend Amanda? I mean, yeah, you would have put that bet before they faced off against City, wouldn't you? You would have been disappointed if you were on earlier on. Your fabled Ajax ended up failing in the Champions League in this save.
Ooh, don't you love to see it?
Estrella? What's Estrella? I've never heard of that before. Yeah, let me check up what Estrella is. Holy crap. I'm guessing it's a beer. Yes, I do actually know that beer. I've had that beer before. It's actually not that bad. We're shite. We're shite at protecting against corners. And what the fuck are you at, O'Connor? Holy crap. Couldn't tell you who's going to win the Champions League this year at all. Like, Europe, like, the Premier League is so much faster than the rest of Europe at the moment that I think the Premier League clubs have the advantage. So Arsenal, even though they don't have a striker, have a good chance. Liverpool, at this point, my prediction that Liverpool are going to have a crash doesn't seem like it has any chance of coming true. So who the fuck knows with Liverpool in Europe? Do you think so? I don't know. Personally, I think it's Barcelona's. I think Barcelona is the most likely to win it. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and well, we'll see we'll see how Liverpool end up doing. I would have said PSG before Liverpool scammied a fucking win out of them. So we'll see if in Anfield PSG can end up coming back from it. But I don't know. Barcelona seem like a different beast this year. Jesus, Edmund, you lucky bastard. I love Edmund so much. I hope that counts. That's such a bullshit goal. Such a horse shit. That's such horse shit, that goal. Just directly into his line of sight. That is so beautiful. I love that Adam keeps getting, like, to be fair to Adam, he saved my ass earlier on in the stream. I fucking love seeing him score, but that's such a horseshit goal. We'll say this: if Real Madrid win it this year, Carlos Ancelotti should immediately, just the minute he lifts up the trophy, whatever, and get on the microphone, turn around and says, "It's been good, peace, goodbye, I retire." Because he's not going to do any better than that. That should be when he does it. I mean, maybe you're right, Amanda. Maybe you're right, and anything can happen. I don't know. This Hansi Flick just seems to have done something to that team. Even if they're slower, even if they don't seem themselves, they never look dead. Like, that was the one thing to me that scares me a bit about them. They just never look like they're out. If you get me, they always look ready to fight. They always look like they have fire in their eyes and hell and brimstone ready to spark. Even if they were slowed down. Maybe. That could be the option. That very much could be the option. But if that's the option, then Xavi Alonso definitely won't be staying in Leverkusen for the next 4 years. Anyway, I will be right back. I need to put some turf onto the fire. So I'll be back momentarily. Just bear with me, and I hope to see you back when I do. Well, salutations, everyone. I have returned again, ready to deal out some of the best crack across the nation for all of you addicts. That mightn't actually be something I want to say, but screw it, why not? And thank you, Duck, for saying some conversations on the old YouTube chat there. Not the worst old thing in the world to see that it ends up getting a couple of views and the whole lot. So thank you so much for that. I actually don't care that much about the Duck, but it's just about the YouTube. But it's nice to end up having it there, to end up trying to expand to some people and see how they end up going there. As I was saying before, I need to do more actual editing to actually put up proper videos on that and the whole lot. So that'll be future Crack's big update. That's what I'd be thinking. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening with him. But as I was saying in the last stream, I think there's going to be a lot of managerial movement this year. I'm genuinely curious what's going to happen with Ange. Oh, poor bastard. Because I don't know where the fuck he's gonna end up going. He might be a bad shout for Leverkusen, actually. I still think Ten Hag is almost guaranteed to go to Borussia Dortmund. I don't know what it is about it. I just think he's going to it. Genuinely think he thought he had the team. I genuinely think the reason why he did is because he thought he had the team. He thought he had the team to do well and go that way. Maybe he will. I think he's going to get sacked as well, to be honest with you. But maybe the injuries are enough for the Tottenham board to let him stay. I don't even know if he wants to stay, though, which is the other thing about it, so who knows. You joke about that. That mightn't be a bad shout, Amanda. That mightn't be a bad shout. You just imagine Simon Jordan chirping like a fucking dandelion at that, though. Oh yeah, like that's like, as much as I don't want to see him getting sacked, I really, really, really don't want to see them get any further in the Europa League. So I really hope AZ can do a job. By the way, I don't think AZ can do a job. I think AZ are going to capitulate, and they're going to end up falling to Tottenham in Tottenham. I think Tottenham are going to wallop them 10 shades to shit on Thursday. I'm curious whether or not Rangers will wallop Fenerbahce, or Fenerbahce can come back, but we'll see. Yeah. Like Ten Hag didn't do bad at United. It's kind of the reason why I wish he was given more rope. I don't think Ten Hag was a bad United manager. I genuinely don't. He made some questionable decisions in the whole lot, but I genuinely don't think he was a bad United manager. I do think he sacked himself. But I don't think he was a bad United manager. I think he could have turned us right. Yeah, Arteta's another interesting one. If they don't win anything, I don't know what happens with Arteta. I genuinely don't. I don't know what happens with Arteta this year. Like, I don't think I think he should be untouchable, but at the same point in time, I don't know if they go another season without winning anything and only having one trophy in 7 years. What is he almost? Is he almost 7 years with them now? How long is he with them? Is he with them? Is it 7 years now that he's with them? Two 2019 to 2025. He's been 6. This is his 7th. This is his 7th year with them now. Yeah, he's into his 7th. So like, one trophy in 7 years with Arsenal. I mean, that's what got Arsene Wenger fired. I know everyone says they amicably left, but did they? Fuck. That's what got Arsene Wenger fired. Well, it doesn't matter that he won in his first. I know he won in his first, but it doesn't matter that he won in his first. Yeah, but it depends on the ambition. It really depends on the ambition of Arsenal. If Arsenal don't have ambition, then he'll remain there. I don't think they should sack him. Although I think they should sack anyone that doesn't stand behind him getting a fucking striker. It's hard to say what they should do, to be honest. Everyone should be sacked for them not at least getting a striker on loan over this period of time. Well, like, that's why they should get Victor Osimhen. But like, as I said before, this summer for Arsenal depends on Chelsea. Victor Osimhen. You can go get Victor Osimhen. We know that Juventus can't afford him and need to eventually end up selling him, so you could go and get Dusan Vlahovic. Whether or not he's good enough for it, you could potentially go for Jonathan Davis. He's better than the options they have at the moment. Liam Delap is one of the options you can end up going for there. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Like, if he gives them a championship in 3 years, find a new striker in 3 years' time. Like, legitimately, who gives a fuck if he's 28? Robin Van Persie joined us when he was fucking almost 30, and he won us the Premier League on his own. Who gives a fuck? Sign him. That's what they need. Go and get Gokaris. Like, who cares if they're 27, 28? You only need to get them until a new striker pops up. And who knows, maybe there's a striker in the academy that ends up working. Like, there are loads of strikers out there. They're old, but who cares? A striker can end up... It depends on what you want in a striker. It depends on what you want your striker to do. If you want your striker to just be a striker and score goals, it doesn't matter what age they are. You know, there's plenty of people that can end up doing that particular job. You know, it depends. That is if Nunez goes to Saudi. I don't know if that's not a guarantee either. So that's the other annoying thing there. Because Darwin Nunez at 27. Darwin's 27, isn't he? Or is he 26? Darwin 25. Darwin Nunez at 25. Why would he go to Saudi? He knows that's it. He's done. He's dusted. He's finished. I think stubborn bastards at Liverpool, both for money reasons and the fact that he doesn't want to go, will stick with Darwin Nunez. It also depends on if Jota leaves. Like, There's a lot of malleability in what's going to happen this summer. This could be a very interesting summer. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Skull, but the fact that he doesn't take his chances makes him bad. It's the same thing with Hoyland at the moment. Hoyland isn't bad, but the fact that Hoyland isn't taking his chances makes him bad. You know? Like, Hoyland could be, should be, and probably will be a fantastic striker in the upcoming years, once he, especially if Amarin gets into him and teaches him the proper way of doing it. Gyökeres wasn't a world beater until Amarin ended up getting. He had plenty of chances today. He should have scored today and he didn't do it. So normally I'd agree with you, but he doesn't take the chances that he does end up getting. But that's what I mean. Gyökeres wasn't a world beater until Amarin ended up getting to him. So maybe Amarin can end up doing it with Hoyland. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you have all the technique in the world. If you don't score your chances, you're not good enough. Now, Nunez has had far more chances than Hoyland. Hoyland would be salivating at the chances Nunez gets. But at the same point in time, you are bad if you don't take your chances. Doesn't matter if you have every technique in the world, you're the best at pressing in the world. If you don't take your chances, it doesn't matter as a striker. Because you're there for goals. That's what you're there for. Like, it depends on what you ask for in a striker. Like, Haaland isn't a good striker, but he's the best finisher in the world. Yeah. And like Darwin Núñez is 25 this year. Darwin Núñez could come into being yet. He will forever be mocked for the failures that he has missed, for the open goals he has missed. But you know. Nice, Marco. But that's the type of situation there. I do think in Liverpool's case, if they could find a good young striker and put them under the wing at the moment, that's what they need. They need someone. Like, I think Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo will be good enough to get them through next season if Jota was to leave. So I think they need to get a good young striker that can end up learning off of them and go that direction more than anything else. With Tottenham have a load of really, really, really good young talent there as well. Like, when Archie Gray breaks in, he's going to be a fucking phenomenon. Yeah, maybe it's an FM24 thing, but in this save, United always start shit. Always start shit. United, I haven't seen a single save while playing FM24 where United aren't the dribbling shite for the first 2 or 3 years. It's the reason why I joke about Tony Mulberry being the fucking cockroach, because he was the caretaker. The man that is the United manager at the moment was a fucking caretaker, and I'll show you it in a second. What the fuck was that penalty? No. That's a Casemiro penalty in the FA Cup. What the fuck is that penalty? I am fucking shocked by that. Anyway, United. They're currently 5th in the league, okay? Nope. How do I check this overview? Yeah, here we go. So since I started here, they finished 6th. And then immediately Ten Hag got sacked. Okay? Ten Hag got sacked. Then Travis came in. Then Zidane came in. Okay? Then they signed Tony Murbury. 13 days after Nicky Cox came in. So in 2025, when Zidane got sacked, they hired Tony. Okay? In 2025. Right here, they signed him. They've been 10th, 6th, 8th, 6th, and 6th last year. This man is a fucking cockroach who they will not fucking sack, and he's shit. I don't understand how he's still there in the save. United are always shit in FM in this game. Yeah, Eke would be an okay option, Hugo. He seems very good now. Whether or not he's quick enough is an entirely different question. He seems, maybe it's the limited amount I've watched of him, Amanda. He seems a little slow for them. But the fact that, like, he's from the German league means who the fuck knows. Maybe he'll have good options within him, but I don't know. To me, he seems a tiny bit slow. Or maybe I'm wrong on that. I'd happily be corrected on that one if I was wrong. Ooh. Yeah, so I won't continue yet. We have advertisements first. Go and let that go. That'll be out. Bob's your uncle. No bother, Duck. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here. Hopefully, I'll see you in one of the next streams. I'll probably be on again tomorrow. Whether or not it'll be FM, I'm not 100% sure. I might end up going back and doing a bit of Path of Exile too, as something different. But with that being said, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Have a great night. Make sure the crack is 90. And until next time, my friend. Advertisements are finished, so we can continue on now as well. Here we go. Yeah. I mean, the sad thing is, you never fucking know. Like, this is where United fans are really fucking fickle. We played Crystal Palace there not too long ago, and now everyone is yipping and shouting and fucking arraying about Mateta. 27 as well, thinking that we could get him for 40 million quid because they're fucking idiots. Like, sad thing is, you need to be watching them over a long period of time to know, because otherwise it's just, harping on about, one-time performances, and that's the reason why we get caught with, like, Onana. Whereas we didn't look at him, we just looked at the Champions League final and how good he was for Inter in that game. I'm still wondering how the fuck he's turned out as bad as he is, considering how good he was for Inter when Inter had him. I still don't know why he's capitulated as bad as he has. But I do look forward to hearing your review on how good or bad he is after the game. be it for Onana. I don't think so, because he makes a lot of basics mistakes than the actual speed of the Premier League being the issue. It's just an incredible amount of basics that maybe he was making those mistakes with Inter, and it was just because Inter's defense was so goddamn dominant that it didn't matter to them. But the mistakes he's making there is the mistakes you wouldn't see a fucking 16-year-old goalkeeper make. Like being on your line in certain sections and punting out into danger more than away from danger. Or the fucking kick out he tried to do today. I would have, if I was the manager, I would have, when he came in at halftime, bull roped the fucker and choked him out. Like that kick that he ended up. Down.
You don't have to be alone.
Alex, way to pick the phrase. Fuck! They're gonna score. Oh. I knew they were gonna score. Oh, fuck off. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there, Skull. What might I be doing on the save? Oh, I'm so fucking angry. Fuck. That's the way to do the sub war. At this point, we have to do that. Kobel is an interesting one because depending on how... Fuck off. Why was that not a free kick? Kobel is an interesting one because depending on how his development is, he has around 2 years to develop and then he doesn't develop at all after that. So Kobel can either be one of the best in the game or he can be just mediocre beyond belief. It's kind of the problem that Restes has. Like, Restes is with Barcelona at the moment. But, like, he's either one of the best goalkeepers in the world or he's a third-place goalkeeper. You know, he's your substitute goalkeeper. And it seems to be a problem that a lot of the goalkeepers have in this game. Tournament soccer match between FC Taxi Dagenberg 2 and SV Rothbarts Mulligan was cancelled after the referee Stefan suffered an unexpected injury while conducting pre-match identification checks. Was bitten in the testicle by a player's young... Jesus. That child. I genuinely would have committed fucking assault on that child. I'd be going to jail. Like, fuck me. The Costa typically is. Diego Costa is just amazing in general, to be honest. It's the reason why it's so fucking scary in real life hearing that City are thinking of going for him. He scored. Come on, score. You useless pricks. Ending as a draw. Useless sacks is shite. I mean, the sad thing about it is, at the time, Onana was getting such high praise that it kind of was the option to go for, you know? I still to this day don't understand how Arsenal got David Raya for 25 million quid. On levels of how Arsenal got Martin Odegaard for 30. I like how Real Madrid let that happen, and B, how everyone fucking else let that happen still bothers the mind of me. Pretty much, Amanda. He's not as bad now. You're not shitting every cross that comes into the box, but he's still really fucking bad at it. It's the reason why people are so annoyed that Belinder's after getting injured, because Belinder probably would be replacing him now if he wasn't. You know? Like, we do need to replace him, but we don't have the money to replace him yet. But I think at the time too, one of the reasons why we didn't look at Costa is because there was a worry that Costa was going to be something like 70 million quid. I do know there was reasons why Costa wasn't the choice. It's the David Raya one that pissed me off so much. We could have done the David Raya deal. Yeah, well, 55 with add-ons. Add-ons he's never going to hit. You know, it's one of those situations of United have both been really lucky and really unlucky. Because, like, United spent 85 million quid on Anthony. The add-ons were up to 25 million quid. So realistically, we spent 60 million on Anthony. Still too much, but we spent 60 on him. The add-ons are never going to go on. With Mount, we spent 55 million quid on Mount, 15 of which are add-ons. Add-ons we're never going to end up getting. With Onana, it was 55 million quid with 15 million quid worth of add-ons. Add-ons he's never going to end up hitting onto. So, you know, you know, it's one of those situations of people will shout to the heavens that it was 80 million, 50 million, 55 million, but, like, we're not hitting the add-ons. It's the same thing with Casemiro. Casemiro was 60 million quid with something like 12.5 million in add-ons. Add-ons that aren't going to ever be hit, you know? So, it's still bad, but it's not as bad as it could have been, if you get me. So, just so you know, this will be my last game for the night now. After this game, I'm going to finish up because I work in the morning. But yeah. Yeah, if that's the add-ons that we're going to end up doing. Again, I couldn't remember what it was, but it was something like that. In the grand scheme of things, Onana was the cheaper option. Now, would Costa have fallen under the pressure at United? Who the fuck knows? Because United, like, that's the thing with United. You're under so much scrutiny. You're always being viewed on. You're always being looked upon. No one ever shuts the fuck up about you. I legitimately think one of the reasons why United have been getting hit so hard is genuinely the fact that everyone just keeps fucking shouting about the United players. So, we'll see. The amount of pressure those poor bastards are under is it's, in my opinion, one of the reasons why there's so much scrutiny happening to them. Yeah, we're going to give Gale his game as well. Give Gale his game as well and see how Gale ends up doing now that he's back. Straight onto the pitch might be a dangerous move for Gale, but fuck it, I want to give him the go. Yep, so we're going to go with this. Wish us luck. Hopefully we do well. Last game of the stream there, ladies, gentlemen, and others. So cross your fingers, your toes, and anything else so that we end up winning it. And let's go into the fray. I mean, no, because, like, goalkeepers typically stay until their late 30s. So, if you were planning on keeping him, you would be keeping them for the same length of time, roughly, until they're around 37, 38. Onana could end up staying until he was 40. With goalkeepers, it's an entirely different projection. By the time you've paid them off, no matter where, they would have been worth the same. They would have been worth what they were worth. You wouldn't make anything more off them, you know? So, you're kind of right, but not really, unfortunately, with the way that goalkeepers are evaluated. The long-term goal of keeping a goalkeeper doesn't matter that much towards the value of a goalkeeper, weirdly enough. Like Anderson at the moment for Manchester City is only 31. He's genuinely only 31 and is already being talked about being replaced, you know? Whereas you had Van de Sar, to give as an example. Now I know Van de Sar is an entirely different kettle of fish. Van de Sar wasn't a good goalkeeper until he was 30. Until he was 30. Oh, Onana will be gone within the next 2 years, but that's because Onana's been shit at United. That's an entirely different kettle of fish. You didn't know that when you were buying him. You didn't realise how shit he was going to be at United when we bought him. But that's my point is, with goalkeepers, it's an entirely different kettle of fish. Goalkeepers don't hit their prime until they're 30. In general, they don't. Van de Sar wasn't a good goalkeeper until he hit 30. He was with Fulham. He was in under-league teams until we bought him from Fulham at 30, and then he became a fucking monster for almost 10 years. Like, goalkeepers are an entirely different kettle of fish. You cannot... obviously, but they're the only position on the pitch where absolutely every single aspect of them needs to be treated differently. What is saved by this arsehole of a goalkeeper? Every single aspect of a goalkeeper is different to the player. There's nothing about a goalkeeper that can... Fucking Warren! Jesus, what a goal! But yeah, that's the thing. Like, absolutely everything about a goalkeeper is different. But in the grand scheme of things, I'd love if United went in for him now, try to get him. There's no way we could afford him, but I'd love if we did. I mean, it is likely. It is more than likely he's going to City. Costa. So personally, I think the option I would go for if I was City would be Turbin. I go for Turbin over Costa myself. But I just like Turbin. Sorry, Gail. Tried to give you the go. Tried to give you the love, but just wasn't your day. And oh, Antonio Silva. Oh, fuck yeah. But here's the interesting thing with Antonio Silva, and maybe it's just projection, but in most, and even in this game, in most saves of FM I ever end up seeing happen, Antonio Silva goes to Liverpool. Now maybe that's just luck or divine intervention, but he'd be a fantastic signing for the eventual replacement of Van Dijk. I love him though. I fucking love him. And the thing with United too is, and this is where we were not completely out of the race for a goalkeeper either. United, in order to make a profit on Onana, only need to sell him for above 25 million quid. We don't like Onana, and as you were saying there, it could be the speed of the Premier League. Don't be shocked if one of the German teams, or even one of the Spanish teams, looks at Onana for, what the fuck was Marco at? Looks at Onana for the guts of 30 million and actually thinks that might be a pounce. You know? He might be a good option for them, so don't think it's out of the realms of possibility for United to sell Onana. You know? There could be the chance for us to do that, you know? Yeah, that's what I think so as well. And it's funny to say that about Heaven too, considering no one had any idea of the kid before we literally nicked him. It's just funny how things can end up working like that, that sometimes you can just nick a prodigy. Like, hopefully Obi Martin as well, it just stands the test of time and becomes phenomenally good for us. Obi Martin could be our striker in a number of years. We still need a striker in the meantime, but himself and Rasmus could be what ends up coming through. That's why I actually don't care if we signed a 30-year-old or a fucking 29-year-old striker, because the two of them could become it in the future with time and confidence and the whole lot, you know? Guessing you're on about Delict. Yeah, Delict should be United's... legitimately, I think Delict should be United's next captain. Like, he's only 25 at the moment. He should be United's next captain. But I think Xerxes perfect as a 10. I think Xerxes perfect as a 10. I don't think he's a striker. I think he could be a false striker, but I think he's perfect as a 10 and has proven himself to be good as a 10. So I think that's where Xerxes should continue to play. He should end up taking that position as the 10. And it's a fucking myth. It's a goddamn myth that he wasn't good at Juventus and Bayern Munich. He was good in both teams. It's just he was around fucking legends of the game at the time. And then there's this whole lie about him and Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer when De Ligt was sold, Eric Dyer had played 17 games for Bayern Munich. 16 of those games was alongside De Ligt. And everyone was saying that Eric Dyer replaced De Ligt. You know? An absolute crock of horseshit. Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't think we need a young striker, because I think Obi Martin could be that striker. I think we need an experienced striker. That's why I don't mind us going for the likes of Gokares or Osman or Vlahovic. Those that are a little bit older can end up doing it. I don't even mind us going for the likes of Ollie Watkins, because we literally need a striker until Hoyland ends up getting the gears in place, or until Obi ends up setting himself up. I think we could end up doing that. I think we could end up getting, that's what I mean, an older one like that. I think Ollie Watkins, if you could get him for a small amount of money, would be good. Ivan Toney would have been the perfect answer for us if he wasn't going for 50 fucking million quid for some fucking reason. In fact, that would probably be the one I'd end up looking at. Maybe go and get Ivan Toney back, sign him for a year or two with us, and Bob your Uncle Happy out. You know, that could be an option. Go and get him, because you know that he's Premier League proven, and you know that he can do it. Anyway, I am not going through the entirety of the international break. I might do that off screen and just get ready for the next game, for the next time we end up coming on. But I'm not doing it now. Can't be arsed. It could take me 20 minutes to go through the fucking the entirety of the international break. So, with that being said, ladies, gentlemen, and others, it has been great. I think Arsenal just need a striker. I don't think they need to worry about a young one. They can go and get their young one later on. I think they just need a striker they know can score. That's why I think they go for Osman. But yeah, but no, that's me done for the day. Let me check something. Yeah, I should be on again tomorrow. Okay? I should be on again tomorrow. More than likely it'll be a 9:30 stream tomorrow, and might be only 2 hours, 3 hours at most, because I have work the next day and the whole lot. So, you take it at a 90% chance I'm streaming tomorrow. As to whether or not it'll be FM my stream tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure. More than likely it might be. I don't. To be honest with you, Skull, I don't. I could bet in a 1-to-1 and I lose. And that's a legitimate thing that has happened. My brother ended up betting on a 50-to-1. I bet on a 1-to-1. My brother ended up winning the fucking race because the door wouldn't open up for my horse. So I don't do horse racing at all. I'm horrible at betting. Anyone I bet for, the other team wins. So it's the reason why I don't do it. Unless I want them to win, at which point, shit ends up happening. So I don't know. But I'll be streaming tomorrow. I can't confirm that it'll be FM. I might try something else. I might do a bit of Path of Exile 2 again. Might move on to something else entirely. Might do something a bit fun there. More than likely it'll be FM because I'm lazy and fucking I'm enjoying myself. But with that being said, yeah, I know. I done that for a while, and then they just lost every game, and then I stopped, and then they won, and then like one of the most fascinating things that happened to me was last year. I left the room when United were about to lose, and then Scott McTominay braces fucking 2 goals into the back of the net, and we go from 2-1 to 3-2. So I didn't see them because I literally left the room, and in 2 minutes Scott McTominay ends up bringing us back. But with all of that being said, hopefully I see you tomorrow. For whatever I end up doing tomorrow. It was a pleasure to see you today. I enjoyed every moment of it. Oh, excuse me. So just give me one moment now. Yeah. So I'm going to send you over to another FM streamer if you have any interest in it. So I'm going to start a raid there. It was an absolute pleasure having you. And hopefully I'll end up seeing you again. Thank you so much. I hope it ends up going well. And I hope all ends up going well for ye. So have a great night. If it is night for you, have a great day. If it's day for you. Just remember to not do anything that I wouldn't do, because I do randomness of shite. And make sure that the crack is 90. So with that being said, Schlongafol, make sure the crack is 90 and poke Mahone.